lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Okay, green and yellow. Let's keep that in mind. Green and yellow. And right now there's no music on. Now this is supposed to be the fresh stuff right here. Ooh, that might come in handy down the shore. No, I don't want that. Now let me see. That's pretty, but it's not old. Oh, I was hoping that was an old parchment shade. Oh, here's some milk glass. I know we've got milk glass fans out there. It's a purty one. Ooh, $12. Now that one is not quite as attractive. $12. I'm sorry. Yeah, $13. No. It says press cut on the inside, and I can't remember. I want to say it was Imperial that had the rights to the term press cut, but don't hold me to it. You know how my mind is. Too much in it and I start forgetting things. Oh, here comes some more fresh. See that? Alright, I'm not gonna run over there like I've got no manners. I'll wait. What is this one? A nervous wreck, a man with a wife, a girlfriend, a note at the bank, all 1 month past due. Oh, that's not very nice. Well, they turned on the music. So it's voiceover for just for a few seconds here. There's an old amber shoe. And I wasn't really sure what that thing was. Salt and pepper shakers? I'm not sure. But listen, please stay tuned until the end, because you're going to see, I'm going to show you everything. Oh, these buyers, carolers. My mother has about 6 of them, just as a little Christmas display that she puts out every year. I don't know who they are. Is that some 90s band? The bobblehead things? That blue thing was nice. Easter Bunny. And I'm trying to see if he was a homemade ceramic. Yeah, it was cute. Wasn't really in the mood to buy Easter ceramics. Oh gosh, I've had her before. She stands there with 2 or 3 other angels holding different types of Christmas time things. But I didn't buy her. Just that one little poor little angel. A little wall pocket duck. But yeah, you are going to see at the very... Oh, I'm giving you a sneak peek. Look at that frame. I'm not sure if I'm going to remember to tell you about that. It's actually a picture frame from the 40s that a mirror was put inside of, and it is exceptional. And I'll show it to you. Thanksgiving figurine there. And this little baby, I think that's what I'm going to pick up. Isn't that cute? It's got... it must have been for baby powder. It's big. I can't imagine that it was a salt and pepper shaker. Look at all those holes in the top. Don't you think this was for to put when you change the infant, to put the baby powder on it? I guess that's what it is. I don't have a whole lot of experience in that department. Look at the cat. That was cute. Looks like some wise men Christmas candle holders in the front there. We're going to go to... Oops. Well, everybody, I'm flipping out. You know, this is the reason why when you find something fantastic at a thrift store, you should go back the next day or the day after that. You may have seen yesterday I showed you a picture of a German Art Deco teapot with cream and sugar. Well, that's all that was here. And I bought that, maybe a week ago. Oddly enough, I come back today, and oh my word. Now, I've paid way too much for this. I may regret it. Of course, I'm not going to regret it. I've got matching dessert plates, cups and saucers, a waste bowl, and berry bowls, and 2 platters. So it's really like a full dessert set kind of a thing. Now I'm going to keep looking to see if I can find any more pieces of it. And I don't know. But what I did, and I'm waiting for this to go on sale. I don't want to pay $20 for this. It's a Japan, hold on, oh my gosh. It's a Japan Art Deco, but see, it's only got 3 cups, 4 plates, like 5 saucers and 3 cups. I wish it were more complete, but it's very Art Deco. See that? But $20 for just that? And I would only really be able to have like a dessert set for 2. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there, but I guess I'll talk more about this later. What I did was I had the coffee pot and the cream and sugar listed, but no one bid on it yet, so I just ended the auction. I want to let you know in case you say, Scott, where did it go? I withdrew the teapot and the cup and saucer because now I've got to rethink how I'm going to sell all this, now that I've got all these extra pieces. And I can't wait to show you this mirror down here, which is an old picture frame. So I'm going to keep looking around here, keep shopping, and maybe there's more of this German Deco luster stuff. I think I've gotten all of it. How exciting to be able to put all this together and have a full, like a full place setting. A full dessert set. There's so much more in here to see today. Here's a little luster creamer. That's $2.99. And a little made in USA piece, $2.99. That's cute. Like a little McCoy style vase. I saw something back here from the 60s some of you are gonna like. I guess it looks very 60s, doesn't it? Oh, let me see if I can see what it is without dropping it. I kind of like that. And of course the plates are not marked. So I don't know who. Oh my goodness. Please don't break. Let's see if these little guys are marked. And of course not. So I give up. I don't know, but I like it. Alright, I've just found an Art Deco perfume bottle. Let me get it up here so you can see it. It's covered in tape and it's got this price tag on it, but that looks very 1930s, and we have a wonderful foil label over here. And this style label was very, that looks like a pre-war, I'm certain that's a 1930s label, and it says superior quality hand cut. So they're not telling us whether it's Czechoslovakian or not. It may not be, since it just says superior quality. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I will pay $8 for it, but I'm going to get that tape off of there before I do, because these places are notorious. I don't feel any chips on the bottom of the piece, but there could be a chip on the top of the stopper there. You know how they do. They cover it up with tape to try to fool you. No, I don't believe that they maliciously do that. But I do want to check it to make sure that it's not chipped on the top. Very deco. And we know it's from the 30s from that foil label right there. Okay, so things are a little expensive in here. I'm not getting it for, 50 cents. But listen, if it's a quality piece, I have to do it. Look at this big Apothecary Jar over here. Now, it's not old, but can you see that filled with jelly beans? Look at this big thing. Look at that. I'm going to have to take a look at that. I don't want to ship it. There's a nice vase. Oh my word. And it's quiet in here. There's no music and there aren't that very many people. All right, I'm coming back to that. There's a depression piece and a Pyrex lid. Oh my goodness. Are you seeing this, everybody? That's $6. Look at that, a little relish thing. Relish the thought. $1.49. I know that was incorrect. It's not relish the thought. What is it? Cherish the thought? Anyway, yes, please continue to watch this week. Oh, wait a minute. Is this an oldie? Hold on now. That one is probably a reproduction. We're going to turn it upside down and look. This one looks old. Look at the design on it. And that lid. Let's see here. Yeah, this is not a reproduction. I can't see under the sticker who the maker is. But they don't reproduce them like this. That's an old lid. And the styling on that is old-fashioned. All right, that's going in my cart. This one, however, might be something that has. Well, now wait a minute. They do reproduce these. Well, I take it back, folks. I think this is an old one with a new lid on it. Look at all the wear on the bottom of that. You see it? Now I know that can be faked. And there may or may not be a mark under there. The new ones usually are marked. And since we have this one, which I'm certain is old, this one may be an old one as well. How much do they want for it? $4. Oh my goodness. Okay, I've got to just pull my cart over to the side before I have a fit right here in the middle of this store. Can you believe I'm finding all of this stuff? Look at these old milk containers. Oh my goodness, can you see what it says through there? It says something milk, something. I'm gonna have to turn this camera off so I can take a closer look at this. Another one? Wait a minute. There are two of them. No, this is another one. Now that one has a new lid. Let me examine these very closely. I do not want to buy reproductions. Hold on. Well, gosh, by gum, by golly. I just spent $100 in one thrift store. Yes, the footage that you just watched was all filmed in one New Jersey thrift shop. I've never spent $100 in a thrift shop before in my life. It was actually $99 and something cents, and I rounded up. Let me lug everything up to the 8th floor, get it all washed up, and we'll take a look at what I spent $100 on. Stay tuned. Woo! Oh, I know sirens. I know it. Well, everyone, we might need bathroom breaks. This is going to be a long video. You just sat through my shopping trip, and I spent $100 in one Goodwill. And I'm going to show you everything that I found for that $100. But first, I've got one item that I've been holding on to for a while that did not come from the thrift haul video that you just watched. This is something separate that I've been holding on to and waiting to sell, but I'm ready to sell it. It is a lamp, and it's not made by the Pearpoint company, so this isn't technically what's called a puffy shade. Let's not get too technical, or we'll be here forever. But this is what's basically called a boudoir lamp, and these were popular in the 1920s. It has a cast metal base, which has had about 50 coats of paint on it. So I stripped the paint off to take it back down, and then we're not going to show you, but because we've done it in other videos, I did apply a patina, which I have worn off in spots to give the lamp an antique look. Sometimes these lamps were polychromed, sometimes they were covered in green or ivory. You could get them in all different finishes. This one I just put sort of an antique bronze or an antique gold finish on. We can see underneath that it is pot metal, very stable. Nothing on this is broken or cracked, and there are no repairs. So that's a reproduction of the patina on there, or a restoration of the patina. And this is not a reverse glass. We have smooth, shiny glass, see, on the inside. It's not cracked. And then the outside is painted, and we have the cap on the top to hold it in place. And this is going to date to around the 1920s. I want to show you the electric cord that was originally on it, because electric cords covered in cloth are not always gold. Sometimes they're black. That's the old cord. Can you see that? And it has a black cotton coating on it. That's what was on this lamp. I didn't use my fancy gold. I put just a dark cord on there, which is perfectly fine. But you do get an old Bakelite plug. Okay, so this lamp is currently up for auction in the old curiosity shop. Not a buy it now. So this is going to sit there for 7 days, and to the highest bidder it goes. Let's take a look at a photograph of it lit up. Here's one. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so there we can see, and we'll put another one up there so you have a good idea. There are more pictures on the eBay auction site, so you can go to the eBay auction site and see that. But this is just, I love this thing. So, and there's no damage on it, and it's just, you don't have to necessarily use it in the boudoir. Use it anywhere that you like. Put it right down on the floor. Now I'm going to show you, I got all excited. Now I'll show you everything that I spent $100 on yesterday at the thrift store. I will be very careful to tell you what I'm keeping and what I'm selling, what's currently listed and what is sort of being processed. This I love. It's a Homer Lachlan plate. Does anybody recognize that pattern? I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's not marked Homer Lachlan on the back because this pattern was not marked. Homer Lachlan didn't put a back stamp on this particular pattern, but it was one of their famous, very popular patterns. No, you know it's not Fiesta. But why do I love this plate? Well, this plate dates to the 1930s, and at some point it got chipped on the back, and someone decided to get one of those, to go to the Woolworths or something and buy those Woodard decals, not Mercury, I'm going to mess up the name of it, but you know which company I'm talking about. They made these by the thousands. What I love about this is someone at home, Homer Lachlan didn't decorate it like this to my knowledge. That's a water transfer decal that's been put on there. And I love the Art Deco Devo flower pot hat. So we have a deco plate, and as you can't eat off of this, you'll scratch that decal off. And a wonderful Art Deco flower pot with, what are those? I don't know what they are. But isn't that great? Right out of the 1930s, and this is gonna stay with me. Sorry, I can't part with that. I also bought, and let's see, there were either 10 or 11. I think 11. I'll put a picture right over my face of all of these little chrome cocktail stems. Now these are made of metal, of course, and these went with the cocktail shakers in the 1930s. So a lot of times the metal is split. There's nothing split on these, and it was wonderful to find 11 of these. I usually find, a much smaller amount. These I'm keeping as well to go with my cocktail shaker collection. You also saw me pull this off of the shelf. It's a wonderful Art Deco perfume. Now there is a little bit of condensation in there because I washed it and put the stopper back on before letting it dry. A trick, and I know, you can take a paper towel and stick it in there and just leave it in there for an hour, and the paper towel will soak up the moisture and get that out of there. So there's no cloudiness to it. It's a beautiful piece of cut crystal, and it says right here, Superior Hand Cut. Now that's a foil sticker that really helps me date this to pre-war. So we're probably in the 1930s here, and this may be American made. It's not marked Czechoslovakia on the bottom where a lot of those perfume bottles come from, and I've done no research on it. I was happy when we peeled the tape off and found no chips on this beautiful stopper. Okay, and it fits down in there perfectly. How about that? That is just as glamorous and as deco as it gets. This is not listed yet. The only thing listed is that lamp. Okay, I think I'm somewhat confused. I'll tell you what, just check out the eBay store. I think I should have been a little more organized. Anyway, if it's not listed, it will be, so keep your eyes peeled. That is a beauty. I also got, and I think this is in the Crystallite pattern. I think I'm saying that right. It was a very popular pattern by Heisey. This is Heisey glass, and these are two tiny little it's an individual cream and sugar. Look how cute and small they are to sit right at an individual coffee cup. There's the sugar bowl, there's the little creamer, excellent condition. The H is on the bottom for Heisey, but that's a very typical pattern, and again, I didn't go back and look, but I think this is called the Crystallite or Chrysolite, something like that pattern. I've got something else that I recently sold in that same pattern. Anyway, Heisey is just good glass. They shut their doors in what year? 1954, 57? I don't remember. I found, remember all those little milk bottles? Oh my goodness, I think there were maybe 7 of them, or maybe 8 in that bag. I bought the whole bag. All of the milk bottles are exactly the same. Here's 2, but here's a picture of all of them. Look at that, all of those bottles, and they're in really good condition. They say on there, Massachusetts something seal, half liquid pint, Bellows Falls Cooperative Creamery Incorporated, Bellows Falls, Vermont, registered. And then it says First National Stores Incorporated, Boston, Massachusetts. And the patent date on these bottles is November the 22nd, 1927. So I've got, I think 7 or 8 of them. Well, you saw the picture. All these bottles with a 1927 patent date. And what I will probably do is keep one. I've got to keep one. It'd be great as a little bud vase, but I'll probably start selling them off maybe one at a time or in pairs. I'm not going to flood the market with them. I'll sprinkle them out over the summertime. So if anybody collects milk items, or if you are in Bellows Falls, Vermont, or if you shopped at First National Stores of Boston, you might be interested in one of these cute little things. I looked them up, and it seems like the prices are just like all over the place with it. So they'll sell for what they sell for. But I certainly did okay with those. Now this is a disappointment. This made me mad. Ooh, well, not really mad. This is beautiful, but we got a problem. Look at this little thing here. Now, I guess, reminds you of a biscuit jar, of course, but it's very small. EAPG, I can look the pattern up if I want to. It's a pattern that's, I've seen this pattern before, and it's got to be one that's recognizable. Everything looks great on it, doesn't it? It just looks super fantastic. I was okay, and I still am okay with the little chipping around this bottom rim because it's, you know, we don't really see it that much. It doesn't really affect the beauty of the piece, but we've got this chipping around the bottom. Okay, I don't like it, but it's not a deal breaker. What I didn't know until I got the tape off of it, is that the little inner lip of the lid is almost completely gone. So we only have a little remnant of it right here. You can't see this. See that little bit of a lip there? That's what catches and holds it in place, yeah? But all the rest of it is chipped. This is all chipped off here. Someone really went to town on this thing. So because we only have maybe 1.5 inches of rim left, this is wonderful. But when you put the lid on, it fits. And if you push against the remaining part of the lid will stay. But it can easily slide off. I wouldn't say terribly easy, but it's just not a good snug fit. So there's no chips or cracks really in the handle or the lid or the base except way down there. And the inner chipping on that, it's not something that you really see. But if you're going to put this in your bathroom and put Q-tips in it or cotton balls in it and expect people to use it, they might put that lid on there or go to grab it, and it's possible that that lid could slide off. So I'm really disappointed about that. We're going to try to sell it anyway. It has a nice decorative look. So we'll see. Whew. Let's take a break for a minute and go out into the kitchen and look at all of that lusterware. Oh my goodness. Well, there it is. My goodness, what a set. Now, when I first went, I bought the pot, the creamer, and the sugar. That's all I found. I went back several days later and look at the set. Basically, what I've got here is a dessert set for 8. So we have the coffee pot or teapot, the cream and the sugar with the lids, matching lids. We have 8 cups and saucers. We have 8 berry bowls. We have what could be a waste bowl. It's kind of big for that, but maybe not really. If you're serving tea, this is where your spent tea bags and whatnot can go, or lemons if you squeeze a lemon out. This was the only, that was it, just that one piece. So I'm going to say that maybe it came with the set as a waste bowl, maybe not. And then we also have 8 dessert plates. Here are 4. The other 4 are over here. And we've got 2 large platters here for serving your cookies and cakes and whatnot. So it's a perfect set of for 8. And then we have a few extras. So we have 1 extra teacup and saucer, so that makes 9. But put that one away, because you know Uncle Milton is going to break one. And then we have 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, that goes. Okay, that's the. We have 1 extra cup and saucer, 4 extra berry bowls, and 4 extra plates. So 12 plates altogether, 12 berry bowls altogether, if you need them, and 1 extra cup and saucer. So put these away, yeah, and just hold on to your service for 8. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. I probably ended up paying about $55 for all of it, which really is a steal. It's lusterware with a wonderful pearlescence. You've got some green and some other rainbow colors. It is made in Germany, and this is in an Art Deco style. So this is right out of the 1930s. And there's not a chip or a crack on any of this. Now, it was used. There's a little bit of wear to it here and there, but really remarkable condition, and I love the way the luster just takes on all these different. Can you imagine this in candlelight? I was amazed. Oh my goodness. Now, what am I going to do with it? I don't know. What should I do with it? I wouldn't want to ship this, I tell you that. Do I need it? No, I don't need it, but how could you say no? That is fantastic. German porcelain, Art Deco, 1930s. Fabulous. Wasn't that an amazing find? I cannot wait to decide what to do with that set. I gotta let it marinate for a minute. Now, speed it up and let's get this over with. Those kitchen canister jars, one I thought was original, one I thought might have been a reproduction. They're all old. And I bought 4 of them, and they're all from different makers. Somebody had collected these. This one on the bottom says ball, just like the ball jars. Yeah, which I had one of these before. So there's an old kitchen canister with an old lid, and there's sort of a neat little embossed pattern there on the sides. Okay, so there's one. Some of these might have had a food product in it. One of them, I'm certain, didn't. I really don't know. I don't see a remnant of a label, but it's possible that mayonnaise or pickles or something was sold in the 1940s in some of these. I'm not listing them right now. I'm just going to keep a hold of them. Here's another old-fashioned, see the old lid? That you can tell these lids, and then this design on the side. Look at that. To my knowledge, that's not one that's reproduced, and it's got a nice old, I haven't looked up the maker of this yet. I think it says NW. No way. So I'm not sure what NW is. I should know. It's probably something very familiar, but there's another kitchen canister. This is the one that has a new lid, and that's what threw me when I saw that new lid. But when I pulled the sticker off, Hazel Atlas. If it says if it says Hazel Atlas, we know it's before the 50s. You know, I mean, Continental Can took over, and then it became. So this is an old one. Now Hazel Atlas container, you know, they made containers for just about everybody. This might have had something in it as a store-bought item, and then just saved. I'm not sure about that, but it has a neat. The corners have a nice little embossed effect on there as well. And then the last one, which was manufactured as a sugar flower. You know, this one has been reproduced. We do see this in reproduction, but I took a closer look, and this might not be the original lid, but it is an old one. And we have this wonderful, wonderful deco design on it, and we can just see the bottom. We can see it's not a reproduction, and look at the years and years of scratches from Granny's Hoosier cabinet, yeah, getting in and out of that. So these 4 jars, that was very exciting. Let me get rid of that off of my screen. Okay, now I bought these sort of as a decorative item. I think they look great together. I have had these before, and usually on the bottom I see made in Poland. The Chinese are making things like this. None of these are marked made in China. None of them are marked made in Poland. It's difficult to remove that mark on the bottom, so I don't think anybody scrubbed the mark off. I just don't know who made these little enamelware teapots, but aren't they cute? This is going to be a great display or use them. Here's a picture right here. You see I've got them all there. That would make a really nice display. The colors, I think, could be used in the autumn season. We have sort of the, I get a sort of a fall vibe from these. There's a little bit of enamel chipping here and there, but they're in good, other than that, they're in good condition. And I think it's a great display piece for home decor. Now, the very last thing I want to show you is this amazing picture frame. Someone stuck a glass mirror in it, which is new. This was originally a picture frame, not a mirror. Let me go get it. It's right over here. Hold on. And I may have to take this glass out so that you don't get all these awful reflections. This is an absolute incredible frame. Talk about Hollywood Regency glamour. Now this one, there are some hints that tell us whether it's 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I'm going to put it somewhere between 1940 and 1960. So we have a period of about 20 years when this could have been made. I think it's on the earlier side because of the backing. I have dealt with a lot of these frames, and if you look at the backing on this, this is very different from the backing of the 1960s. This frame can also be hung if you'd like to, and it's the little easel thing on the back here. These are notorious to be broken, ripped off. And with this one, it's going to have to be tightened up. I would take a piece of wood, like a wooden ruler or something, and glue it inside the back, because right now we're bending. So when the thing stands up, it wants to bend back like this. So if you're going to use this to stand up on a table, it's not going to stand up properly. You're going to have to glue a wooden ruler back there, and that'll stiffen this thing up, and you should be just fine. But take a look at the details on that mirror. This is brass. None of these flowers are missing. They're all attached individually. I can see where each one was individually attached. You could continue to use it as a mirror, or as it was intended, as a picture frame. So if you have a picture of your mother, your grandmother, or grandfather, this would be wonderful. You can take this mirror out, get yourself a piece of glass cut for the frame, and use it that way. Now the frame is signed on the back, so I know who the maker is, but I have not really, it's a company I'm not familiar with, or it's just not ringing a bell. And the company, hold on for a second. These really nice frames are normally marked, and it's hard to find the mark, but it's PFB. PFB. It's not the Philadelphia Manufacturing Company. PFB, not Jennings Brothers. I don't know who PFB is, and you may not be able to see it, but it's signed right there, PFB. Do you see that? It's tiny, 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 PFB. This is such an exceptional frame, and I couldn't believe it when I found it. Just look at the work on that. I know I'm not holding it still, but it's difficult to not get too many reflections in here. That is just so incredible, and I can't wait to get that up and running. So, okay, I know this has been a long one. Thank you for watching the thrift haul. As I said, I'm filming this early in the morning before my guests arrive, and I've got to go down to the airport and get them. Vinny should be here soon. I'm going to try to get all of these things listed. Keep your eyes out on the old curiosity shop to see how soon these things are up and running. That was it. So $100 for all of that. What a wonderful shopping trip that was. I hope we have this much luck when my friends are in town. Okay, what was your favorite item? What did you think about that wonderful picture frame, Hollywood glam, Hollywood Regency, the lusterware, the teapots, the kitchen canisters? It was a good thrifting day. I hope you have a good thrifting day and enjoy the rest of your week. You got a 3-day weekend coming up. We're going to have a good time, right? Thanks for watching. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. Wait for the cat. So long for now. Whew.